Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this event. My name is Alexia, and I am the Project and Event Manager of the Microsoft Reactor Toronto. I will be sharing session resources with you in the chat, but before we begin, I'd like to quickly review our code of conduct. Microsoft Reactor seeks to provide a respectful environment for both our audience and presenters. We encourage engagement in the chat, but please be mindful of your commentary, remain professional and on topic. And please note that our speaker Bruno is currently dealing with a personal matter and will not be live streaming this session. However, this session has been recorded and will be available on demand through the Microsoft Reactor YouTube channel in about 24 to 48 hours. And please feel free to ask all your questions and post your comments on our Reactor Tech community. Bruno will answer all your questions directly on the platform and will come back to it during the community hours tomorrow. To join our Reactor Tech community, simply scan the QR code on the screen.
Hello, welcome to the Power Pages Bootcamp. My name is Bruno Capuano. I work as a cloud advocate in the Microsoft Toronto Reactor, and it's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm a Latin person in my 40s. I'm in my office today. You can't see the office because I have the full amazing series of the Power Platform Bootcamp behind me. But hey, I am super happy to be with you today. And hey, I even have a GitHub t-shirt because we are going to do some coding at the end of the series. So again, super happy to be here, and let's start. And we are going to learn together about Power Pages. Power Pages is one of the new products that we have in the Power Platform that allows us to create websites with a low-code approach. And of course, we have security involved, we have amazing connectors to work here. During this bootcamp, we are going to talk about a little about the architecture. We are going to talk about tools like the design studios, the templates that we have here, how we can even edit code with Visual Studio Code. There are plenty of things that we are going to do all around Power Pages. And you are already here, so you probably know the bootcamp. What I want to really quickly mention here is that we have a couple of topics which are really important. In the main page of the bootcamp, you can see all of the series, all of the events that we have. You can join, you can register, you can join all of them there. You can also watch the recordings later. This is super important. Everything is going to be recorded. We have 2 weeks, 4 sessions in the first week, 3 sessions in the second week, and we are going to talk about a lot of topics. So please join here. And if you want to start, I am going to share during the sessions how you can even get a free trial, how you can even create a free demo environment so you can use and learn with Power Pages. And we are also going to have a cloud skill challenge. If you want to learn more, if you want to challenge yourself and your colleagues, your friends, or other people to see how far you can get here, we created the Cloud Skill Challenge. We created a series of modules with evaluation at the end of the modules that you can use to validate how you are advancing. It's going to be online during the weeks that we have here. So hey, take a look. This is an amazing way to validate how we are learning. Microsoft Tech Communities. We have a space. We have a space at the Reactor space on the Tech Communities, and we are going to use this space to meet all together, to connect, to get some support. Hey, let's use the Tech Communities to have a better experience. As you can see right now, we have one discussion topic created for Q&A. We also have created another one for Power Pages matchmaking. So if you want to share your name, if you want to share your contact details, I share mine there. This is a great place to meet other people, to learn all together. aka.ms/reactortc, that's the Tech Communities, and look forward to create more entries and discussion around Power Pages. That's it. That's a super quick intro. I am looking forward to spend some time with you learning all together. So let's start. This is going to be a nice ride learning about Power Pages. Hello, welcome to the Microsoft Power Pages Bootcamp. Today we are going to talk about the Power Pages Design Studio. Remember that each one of these sessions has one module of Microsoft Learn associated. You can go to the Cloud Skill Challenge that we have in our event page. You can take a look here. And then in the event page, you can navigate to the modules. As you see here, This module is in to do for me, so let's start the Power Pages Design Studio module. Okay, as part of this module, we are going to learn, and we've seen this during the bootcamp, how to launch the studio, how to work with workspaces, how to add new pages, remove pages, and even how to edit the pages. Because we already seen this in previous sessions, today I'm mostly focusing the stuff that we haven't seen, like edit the HTML, edit the CSS, and more. As part of this path, as part as we move forward, the idea is that let's start to see what we have. So initially, we are going to start with an intro to the Design Studio. We've seen how we can create sites. We've seen once we have created the site, how we can click in on edit, go to the site, and internally, the main tools that we have. We are working here with the idea of workspaces, so we can focus on specific tasks. And the idea here is that once we have this, the next unit of work is a page. A page can start with a blank, or we have a set of custom and standard layouts, like a landing page, a content page, or a simple page. We can see all of these also in our main applications. If we go to one of the message board live samples that we have here, and we add a new page, we are going to see here that we have a landing page, a page, and a sub page to use as a template, and also we have a set of custom layouts that we can add, and we can create our own custom layouts here. We haven't added any layout here, but for this demo, let's create a new page, a blank page, and we do this demo page, and we are going to add the page to the main navigation. Once we add the page, we are going to see that the pages also have an entry here on the top. So we have here the demo page, and internally we have the concept of sections that we can add here. The section we are going to have the chance to add layout with a single section, a container, 2 side by half and half container, 3 containers, and small and big and small layout that we can use here. It's important to notice that when we talk about pages, we have the concept of the structure, we have the concept of navigation. So we can move pages, we can create sub-pages, we can create kind of a layout that we can use here. So if we go back to our Design Studio and we have the demo page and we add a new page here, let's do this demo sub-page 1. I don't want this in the main navigation, and kind of a single page. Let's add it in the main navigation, single page. Created here, add a new page. Demo, sub-page 2, kind of another layout that we can use here. We have it here. And then if we use this, we can make a sub-page of the top one. We can see here demo sub-page, and here this one. And we can also make this one a sub-page from the demo page. The way that this is going to work, if we run this, if we preview this site, we are going to see on the main menu that we have access to the demo page on the top, and then in the sub menu, we're going to have access to the other pages. We have here our main website, and we can take a look here in the structure that we have, in the navigation structure that we have created, that we have the demo page, the demo sub-page 1, and the demo sub-page 2. It's all here. So right now we can navigate to the demo sub-page, and we are going to see the layout that we defined. I think it was 2 items, side by side. Yes. Go to take a look at the demo sub-page 1. It has 2 items. And then if we navigate to the demo sub-page 2, we're going to have a single main item here. So let me go again and navigate to the other one. This is a single page. It's going to show, as soon as it loads, it's going to show us the feature item 1, and the demo sub-page has 2 items here. the same that we see here in the top. In our application, we probably may need to add an external page, like a contact us, access denied, page not found, basically pages that are going to be used on a specific occasion. And if we don't want them to be part of the navigation, so for example, we can add a page like to show us, I don't know, sample hidden page, kind of a landing page. We can add this one, and it's going to be moved into the other pages section. If we want to add it into the main navigation, we have an option here to move to the main navigation. And also at the same time, if we want to hide one of these, we have the option to move to another page. Another important topic here is that we can define for each one of the pages in the page settings, we can define the name of the page, the URL. This is what we are going to see on the address bars, and also the permissions. We can define that, hey, this page is going to be available to anyone, or this page is going to be available only for authenticated users. So in example, let's change the demo sub page 1 to have permissions to be only for authenticated, and the demo sub page 2 is going to be anyone will are going to see this page. Let's change also the titles here. So let's do sub page 1, and in this one, let's change sub page 2. Everyone should access this, and in the first one, only authenticated user. So once we have this, we can test it online. So let's go back to our page. Let's go back to the home page. Let's refresh this, and we've seen that we are logged here with Adele. So let's sign out from Adele. And once we are signed out, we can start to test our 2 pages. There it is. I can go to the demo sub page 2. Remember, I can't even see the first one because I am not logged in, so I can't see this one. I didn't have the changes right now. And if I sign in, I am going to have here the chance to also access to the demo sub page 1 for the authenticated user. So main difference of how we can also enable and access each one of the pages. Okay, and now let's talk about page component. Let's see how the page we can add elements to a page. We've seen how we can add sections. The section has 1 column, 2 columns, and different layouts for the columns. We can add spacers between elements. And also, once we are in a page, we can start to add components here. We can start standard and static components like text, image, videos, button, Power BI or an iframe. And then we can add also connected to data like form, a multi-step form, or even a list. This is kind of one of the features that we have here. We also have the possibility to edit the code. In this Learn module, in the previous version, in the beta version, we have the chance to edit the code directly on the page. Now we use Visual Studio Code to do this. If we go to our page, in example, to our main page, let's go to the home page. Let's change this image. Let's use another one. I have here a set of images in a specific folder. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to upload this image. There it is. Let's do this. Power Pages title. There it is. We have the image. We're going to use the image. Maybe I need to change some of the properties of the image. So let's do a little bigger, still a little more bigger. It is Power Pages Bootcamp. We have hello to the message board. I don't need this text here. Let's delete this one. And we have also here the button go to the message board. And I can even change the style for primary to secondary. And how about the code? How we can access and edit the code for it? So there are different ways that we can do this. One way, we can go to the home page and select the edit code page for the one that we have here. If we go to edit code, we are going to see that we are going to open Visual Studio Code in the web. So we are going to open a new tab with Visual Studio Code. Depending on how we have the configuration here, is going to ask us to sign in. We have here, so I am going to sign in using Adele, my account. And once I am logged here, I sign in. I have access here to my CSS, my JavaScript, and my HTML. So I can go here to the HTML, and we see here that this is the image that I just added. So if I go back to my website, the one that I have here, I go to the home, I should see the image. Let's change a little this. I don't want to have the button here on the bottom with the divider. So let's do this. And let's add the image to the bottom. So I add this. If I press Ctrl S and I am saving my file, this will take some time, and I will have the option here to synchronize the elements. Once I synchronize the element, it's going to synchronize configuration and everything else, and I am going to see button on top, and the image on the bottom. And if I go back again to the main website, to the live website, I refresh this, Ctrl F5, we should see again the button on top. There it is. We have the button on top, and we have the image on the bottom. Very simple HTML editing, but we can do plenty of stuff here in Visual Studio Code. Okay, before moving forward and take a look at the data and security and other aspects of the pages, let's work a little in kind of an advanced feature here. Let's work on the styling. Let's choose a different style. I kind of like this one. I like this one. Let's work in this one. It's kind of nice for us. So let's save this. Maybe if we go back to the Power Page and we see Power Pages here, we can change the color to white. There it is. So it's kind of nice, but it's important here to understand. It's very important that we can edit the code from the page from here, but the header is a different place. It's a template that is reused in all of the other pages that we have here. So in order to edit the header, we need to select the header and edit the code. This, again, is going to open Visual Studio Code, and we are going to be able to add some cool features there. So probably, there it is. We need to sign one more time. And here we are going to have some code. We are going to have the chance to basically change the div that we have at the top with the nav navigation bar, and the internal div that we have with the header, with the collapse menu, and more. What I want to do here, I want to add a background image to my header. So I am going to add here some code, and I can't remember the name of my image. I have the image somewhere here. I have a header PNG image. So let's add a header PNG image, and let's close this. So I don't have my style right now, so I am going to go back here, save this, save the file, let's synchronize this, configuration. I am going to have probably an error here saying that I don't have the image. Perfect, no problem. And just to work in the demo, let's upload the header here, so we have the image available for us. So let's upload the new image, and I have here the header PNG image. That's the image that we want. Perfect. We are going to see this one here. And if we refresh this, if we go back to our code here, in the background image, we should have header PNG. In order to access the file, this is the name of the file, header PNG. Let's save this again. Go back here and synchronize between the background code and the front code. Okay, the image should be somewhere here. We can't see the image, probably because I need to add some kind of overlay and more. Let's work a little. So the image is not there. Let's edit the code a little more. Go back here to edit code, open Visual Studio Code, and start to work on the header. So we have the div here in the banner with the static top, banner, role, we have the style, background image. So let's add an opacity and a couple of other properties to the main image. So we are going to add here background image, URL, opacity, and then max height and min height. Let's go back here. And somehow the image is not showing here. So what I am going to do, I'm going to open this page and take a look at the name of the image that we have here. Probably it has a different name. Oh, this is the location of the page. It's uploaded in the root. So I need to go back here. I need to go back to, I don't need this. I need to go back to the header, open this in the Visual Studio Code. Yes, yes. And change the location here of the image. There it is. That should be the right location. I'm saving the file. If I go back here and synchronize, I should have on the top, hey, kind of a nice header here. Let's go to the live version, refresh the live version, and we should have here in the top also our reactor header, which is kind of nice to have and use it. There it is, some opacity, some options here that we can see. We have the bottom, we have the bottom image, we have the top image, and we have some CSS editing here embedded in the header that is reused all around the other pages. If I go here to the message board, I should also see the header in the message board. There it is, the header. We have what we did yesterday with the messages and rejected messages. So there it is. So kind of nice to see how we can edit and start to work with some HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. We already seen how we can enable tables, how we can add tables like messages, message approved, message rejected, how we can create views. We already seen this. So let's go to the next unit, which is about authentication, how we can define permission for our tables and enable different type of providers, identity providers for our application. So here, if I go to setup, I will go to the identity provider, I can start to add identity provider. So in example, if I want to add a Twitter provider, I will do Twitter, the one that I have here, the protocol that I want to use, a name Twitter, then I will have to have access to my Twitter dev environment. You have here a learn more and open Twitter where you can define and do everything that you need there if you want to create one. In example, let's open Twitter and let's create an app here. So I need to apply first for the developer account. It will basically ask me a couple of personal info. I already have all of this info, so I'm going to use another account to create this. I enable here the application, the Twitter developer platform for this account. So let's create message board live, and we are going to have some keys to work around. Okay, so I have my API key. Let's go here. Let's do client ID, client secret. We have here the API secret and the API key. Let's do client ID and then client secret. There it is, the client secret. And it's important if I want to have also the repli URL that we are going to use. So with this, we can basically start to play around and we can play with the API or even see the sample apps that we have available here. But with this, I can confirm and I will create and add, enable here my Twitter account. So Twitter is enabled. I will do fast. I already have here the information to do LinkedIn. So let's add LinkedIn next. So I'll have LinkedIn. And if we want to add, in example, Microsoft, let's configure this. It's going to do Microsoft. or out 2.0, and let's create a Microsoft app. The idea to create a Microsoft app is that if we have access to an Active Directory scenario, a scenario like the one that we have right now, we can create a new registration, an app registration. Let's do message live board demo. We can define here who can access here. So basically our accounts in this organization, only any Azure directory or anyone here. So let's go for this one. And I need the redirect URI that we have here, which is going to be a website. Let's copy the repli URL that I have here. We need this. We need to copy this. Copy this, and once we have this, we are going to have the tokens for this application. So here in certificate and secrets, I need to create a new client secret. Let's do this for Power Page, 6 months. There it is. And I will have here my client secret, and the client ID should be here in the overview. It's going to be this one, client ID. Let's copy this one. Let's go back here and let's confirm this. So with this simple step, I will have enabled Azure Active Directory, and I will have enabled LinkedIn, Twitter, Microsoft, and more. So if I synchronize the data and go back to my demo page, refresh this, I can use any of the methods that I have there. I'm probably going to use Microsoft because this account doesn't have any LinkedIn account. It's a demo one, but let's take a look at, if we use Microsoft, how we can work with that one. Okay, it's loaded. Let's go to sign in. And we see here the 4 type of external account that we support here. And if we go to Microsoft, we're going to use these accounts. The one that we have is going to request permission to read my profile and give access to some data. Let's do this. So I'm going to be logged here right now, logging here with Adele. And Adele is going to be the one that has a profile with this email that is going to be able to work in the portal. And by the way, I can use here this on Microsoft.com account, but if you have any Hotmail or Outlook.com account, that's the other one that we can use. And as you see here in the identity providers, while this is loading, we can even use Facebook account or Google identity providers to log in here. So going back here, I'm logging as Adele. If I go to my profile, I will see my name, my email, and I will be able, if I want to complete extra information like phone, organization, and title. This is all related to my email account. So I hope it makes sense. I hope it's nice to see how we can use other identity providers. And now we have the chance to talk about table permissions, and later even how we can enable application to be used as a progressive web app. If we want application to be enabled and used as a progressive web app, we need to go to the settings, to the setup section, and enable this feature. This is going to allow us to basically export this and be used kind of a single page, kind of a unique application in platform like Windows, Android, or iOS, and different form factors like mobile, desktop, and tablet. And with just enable the feature, is going to give us the chance to use this, and we can even download and automatically install this. So once we enable this and we browse and refresh the page, we are going to see in browsers that support progressive web apps an option like this one, where we can install this application, and it's going to be used kind of a desktop application in Windows with everything available there. So we are at the end. The next module, the next unit is about the exercise and then the knowledge check. So this is the end of this unit, and I hope we can see you all tomorrow in the office hours. We have more things to do. We already published this. If you want to make it public, if you want to make the visibility of the site public, we have some errors to fix here, and we can change everything here. But hey, we can more and another demo to do anytime soon.